Trying to get my week together. Oh, Jesus. So tired, man. Linkin Park.
This is gonna be great right here, man. My favorite group, a rock band we talking about that I actually like, Reg. Wow.
Yeah, go figure.
Well, it took a long time. I'm like, what the hell? What you waiting for?
Because I be listening to everything and shit.
Yeah, Christine was good. Ronnie,
Excuse me. I don't think we have a lot of Linkin Park fans yet.
fuck him. You can't talk about the same old shit every night. Who the hell wants to hear about that?
Right.
You know.
This was actually the first time I actually heard their whole discography.
Really? Where you
Well, I
been,
heard.
bro? That's like you been listening to shit like Nelly and that.
I mean, I heard their first two albums like years
Yeah.
ago. But
You didn't hear everything else?
I've heard bits and pieces. We're going to talk about it.
Come on, man. This Linkin Park, like they the best rock band of the 2000s for me.
I can't argue with that because there have been a lot of crap in the 2000s. I'm not even gonna hold you.
It was.
But I've always liked Chester singing, though. I felt like he's one of the dopest singers in
Yes,
this generation.
definitely.
Rest in peace to him. Over here trying to get this DJ playlist straight myself. I think I'm good with these songs. Fuck it. Ronnie said Linkin Park over Maroon 5. No argument there.
I love both of them, but when we talking about rock, I don't look at Maroon Five as a rock band though. They don't do rock.
They and per gossip, Cindy ignored each one of these requests. Now, per Don Taylor, Bob Marley's manager, it was kind of already established the type of guy that Cindy was dating because he said that before she dated Bob Marley, she actually dated a singer by the name of Harold Jenkins. And so basically,
So yeah, making the Silence new album actually, I actually fuck with that shit.
Oh yeah.
hmm She's actually rapping, not like no. I mean, she has a few pop shit, but it's majority she's just rapping and shit. It's angry.
instead of being a tenant or a debtor at 56 Oakville Mansion, Bob Marley becomes the
I
owner
heard Game's new album's not that bad either.
Yeah. I ain't hear it.
So, like I said, Bob is now the owner of 56 Oak Mansion. What a folks say that the next time the city is supposed to pay her rent, she calls Chris Blackwell to pay it, but he informs her, oh no, you don't
You know
owe
what? I
me.
want to watch this
He
shit,
actually
man.
called Bob Marley.
That's too much. I'll watch some Lip and Sync while I do this breakdown. By the way, y'all, next week is a Living Single breakdown. Just to let y'all know. I don't know what day yet. Christian said the first time I heard and saw Linkin Park was when I watched them on MTV in 2000. Yeah, they were all over MTV at that time. All over. Okay, I see Materia favorite, Hybrid Theory a favorite. Okay. Shout out to Ashley, by the way.
Where BJ at? He need to be in here. We listen to other shit besides Biggie.
Speaking of Biggie, did you heard about how his daughter sold his fucking house just to pay off the
Mm,
boyfriend? That's crazy.
damn, it's crazy, yo.
For a nigga that probably don't give a fuck about you. You want to start this breakdown like probably 6, 7 minutes. You said the first song that you heard from them was Numb. That's what's up. Yeah, you saw that Orphan First Kill yet? Oh yeah, you did. What did you think of Orphan First Kill? You said what? Your mic is muted, bro.
You hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I said the twist was good. I mean, because other than that, I thought it was boring before then. Just a
Yeah,
lot of talking, not enough action,
yeah,
and the twist made it, entertaining to watch.
I agree.
You know, I don't know if that's how I would have went with the story, but what happens now though?
Shit.
What do they do now? What did she does?
Personally, I just wish it was a bit more darker.
Well, how dark you want it?
Cause the first fucking movie was dark as fuck.
Mm,
Like you said, it was a bit more
mm.
talking with this one.
I don't know what they do now. Like, do they make a sequel or they just leave it at that?
That's a good. I say leave it at that.
Yeah. Or she
Cause
just
you
gonna go
don't,
from family to family? you
cause you
know?
don't like overdo. They don't want to overdo the franchise and shit.
I don't know what they do now.
Honestly, the prequel really wasn't needed. Honestly,
It really wasn't. I'm like, why do we need a prequel for this? And the chick don't look like a little kid. Like yo, you know what the funny part was when the mother called her a psycho dwarf.
hmm
That shit was hilarious. And she just like threw her across the kitchen counter or whatever.
that was
But
hilarious.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, but you could tell like this chick age, like she's like 25 in real life, and she's playing a little girl. I'm like, you can tell she got like lines on her face again, but the chick is old, man. So it's like they're gonna make a part three, and it's gonna be like 10 years later. You know, I don't watch BT, so I don't know what they allow on there. Couldn't tell you, Christian.
Yeah, they've been letting that for years now.
Compared to the shit that we have on streaming, that ain't nothing no more. They need to let that shit go.
Damn.
Shameless is over. That's been done.
I'm surprised that show ran as long as it did.
Yeah, I was a fan of that show, but after Fiona left, it went downhill.
I'm gonna get something downstairs and I'm gonna start.
All right. Better stage presence, Mick Jagger or Freddie Mercury? Well, that's a good one. I like Mick. Mick be dancing all around the stage. He's energetic, still at his age, and he's like a great grandfather now and shit, and he still got the energy to go on tours and all that. I don't know White Famous. I didn't watch that one.
Damn! Oh shit! Okay. Ouch! Shit. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely day? This is your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
And today we are going to talk about the discography of Linkin Park, considered a new metal group and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? One of the leading groups when it comes to like rock music in the 2000s and beyond, fronted by the late great Chester Bennington. Consists of other members such as hold on, shit,
Joseph Kahn, Mike
Joseph,
Shinoda.
Mike Shinoda. 'Cause I know there was like a couple of members here and there and stuff.
Mhm.
Rob Bordon, Brad Delson, Mike Shinoda, Dave Farrell, and Johan. You know how we always do in this channel. We're gonna talk about how we got into the group. So with you, try because you seem to be more of a bigger fan than I am, honestly. No, not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that, not a bad way at all.
LP Underground, ignore this man. That's all I'm saying.
You said what?
The LP Underground. That's the fan base that they call them. LP
Yeah.
Underground. If you watching LP Underground, just ignore what he said. I've been a huge Linkin Park fan from 2000. Just kind of being fed up with rap at that time, and going into other genres of music, and listening to a lot of alternative stuff, a lot of new metal stuff, Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit, POD, Korn. So just the way that they came out, and the songs were catchy, and the melodies, and Chester Bennington to me was like, he had one of the most powerful voices in music,
I agree.
and he had that voice where like he went through stuff, even dealing with this album, like dealing with issues with drugs and his parents divorcing and all that, and however he felt, whatever mood he was in, the songs, you could feel it, through the songs, and at least for me, there's not too many singers in rock that their voice were powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like Chester was one of them. When we dealing with like alternative rock, like I love Paramore and Haley Williams, and I loved her voice, and Evanescence and those groups. You know what I'm saying? And I've always, every project, every album, every song that they came out with, I never heard of a bad Linkin Park album. Like they have classics, and then they got albums that I think were good, but I never heard anything from them and said like, yo, that's whack. That's what, you know what I'm saying. So the tours that they've been on, I've seen a lot of their live shows. And they, the same energy they have on record they bring to the stage, and that's something that you don't see. Like when you go to a show, you want to be able to see an artist on stage like bring that same energy that they do on the record. And a lot of, especially in rap, a lot of artists I've seen, they don't bring that same energy on their record. But with Linkin Park, like the same, when you hear songs like Faint and Somewhere I Belong, they, the same way they sound on record, they sound like that on stage. And they
Yeah,
bring that same energy, and there, a lot of their tours were great to watch. And yeah, the songs just meant a lot more to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it dealt with like, depression and losing somebody close to you, and you know, that's what I look for with any artist of any genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, do they music speak to me? You know what I'm saying? Is this an artist I could listen to for years, not just today I'm listening to them and then tomorrow it's on to somebody else. And a lot of their music just spoke to me, that it's a connection, and they were great. I mean, for that genre of music, the new metal, rap or whatever, and new metal rock, they were at the forefront for that genre to me. And I didn't like everybody that came out during that time. There was a lot of rock groups that came out at that time that was doing that, but it was for me, it was Linkin Park, it was Limp Bizkit. That's who I gravitated to more. And losing Chester was big. That was like another legend that we lost, with in the long line of legends that we keep losing. And it was just crazy. And to think that he was speaking at Chris Cornell's funeral when he passed away, and then was it like a month later he Chester dies or whatever. And
yeah.
it was just crazy. It was just like a surreal thing. And I remember when it happened. That this, we gotta cherish our legends when they're here. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when they might not be here no more. And that was like a huge blow to the group, and to rock music. And they won't be the same after that. Like, I don't think you can replace a voice like Chester.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? It's not like when David Lee Roth left Van Halen, you bring in Sammy Hagar. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like that's why they really haven't brought out any music, is like because they can't replace Chester. Like when Left Eye died from TLC, you can't replace Left Eye. She just brought a certain energy that no other female could bring to that group. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was like a huge loss. And I mean, but he talked about his struggles with drugs and depression and all that, and a lot of the songs. And it wasn't really like a shock when I heard about it. Like I was devastated, but it wasn't like a shock. Like, damn, I can't believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So sometimes, as a fan and as a listener, you gotta really pay attention to what they're saying in their music, because they might be crying for help in lyrics. And I think that's why this a lot of the songs are so, like, related to a lot of people, especially teenagers, because a lot of teens were going through stuff. and they look to some of these artists for for a voice, for guidance, and that's the joy of music for me. Like being able to connect with that artist and not even personally knowing them on that level, but you connect with them through their music because their music speaks to you. You know what I'm saying? And they were great. That's one of my favorite groups ever of all time. If any decade, I don't whether it's the '60s, the '70s, whatever. Linkin Park will always be one of my favorite groups.
Very well said. Very well said. To me, my introduction to Linkin Park, believe it or not, they did a song with Busta Rhymes and stuff like that. So I think it's called like "We Made It." That was supposed to have been,
I remember that.
yeah. See, that was one of the songs that was supposed to have been for Busta's "Back on My BS" because it came
Hmm.
out '08. I say he
Yeah.
had to scrap that album because he had to redo the album again,
Hmm.
and honestly, that album was not that good, honestly,
No, it
and
wasn't.
shit like it was not that good and stuff. So that was my introduction to it. And also I figured that they would like one of the rockers that was like collaborating with like a lot of rappers because
Hmm.
you guys should know Jay-Z did a whole mashup out in the Collision Course album with Linkin Park, and that was like a huge success
Yeah.
and whatnot, especially when it came to like the beginning of the mash culture and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I definitely fuck with Linkin Park and whatnot too. You guys should know I'm not really the biggest fan when it comes to rock music in the 2000s like that. Besides, minus a few artists, and Linkin Park's one of those artists I can vibe to and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely respect them. They're definitely one of the groups that a lot of other groups try to emulate, try to duplicate. Cough, cough, Coldplay, but
No,
that's not,
no, I disagree. I don't
that's not.
think Coldplay wasn't a new metal band.
I mean, early Coldplay. Okay, okay. I
No,
think like
no,
okay.
I don't think they sound like them at all.
Well, okay, scratch. They were influenced
You think Coldplay was influenced by Linkin Park?
in a way.
Where?
In a,
I
like I guess
don't.
subject matter in their
No,
songs and shit like that too. I'm just saying.
I
I
disagree.
mean,
I disagree.
true.
Now, if you want to say, Papa Roach and POD, like they all was in that
Okay,
same,
yeah.
genre. But like Coldplay, like somebody mentioned, Maroon 5 was never a rock group. They do pop. They do pop rock. So I don't look at they don't do the same music as Linkin Park. I don't look at Coldplay as I don't think no Coldplay music reflects of Linkin Park. When you hear speed clocks or speed was it speed of sound, that don't sound like Linkin Park shit.
I hear you. I hear you. But
It's
I'd rather
just me.
say,
I just think they have a different sound from Linkin Park though.
yeah. I just personally will take Linkin Park over what's Limp Bizkit, honestly.
Well, I mean, I love Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst Fred would tell you he wasn't the most talented rapper, but he made do. He sounded a lot better than a lot of these mumble motherfuckers now. I'll take Fred Durst any day.
Mm.
You know, so and he had that respect already from artists like Premier and Method Man and CSB. A lot of our artists, DMX, rest in peace, worked with Limp Bizkit. So he already had that respect in hip hop.
I
Same as
mean,
Linkin Park.
yeah, I just never vibe with Limp Bizkit. That's just my opinion. Like,
Right.
but I mean, cause I heard the story about how Primo almost didn't want to work with him at first and shit like that, But
Mhm. Because he surprised Pink. See, this is the thing. You never know. You're just judging the book by its covers. He surprised Primo when I think he had mentioned like some album from Gangsta or something. I remember Primo telling the story when he had did the and together joint. And the same as Christina Aguilera. When Primo worked with Christina Aguilera and she was like, yo, she's a huge fan of Gangstar. You never know with these artists. They could be doing fucking country music and could be a fan of your music and you wouldn't know it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So you never know. So like already like just for that the fact that he knew who Primo was and Primo was like, yo, I fuck with you, and they came out with a banging track and he went on to do remixes for Limp Bizkit. That's dope. I like to see shit like that because that's what it's about anyway.
exactly. But without further ado, let's talk about some of the albums and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, they had like hella remix albums, so we're gonna probably after we do like all the studio albums, we're gonna probably jump into the remixes, mention that, and of course the Collision Course album is mentioned. Some of
And
the other,
they have more than one too. I don't know
yeah,
if the other ones are official, but I know they have other volumes with Eminem. So
got you. Okay, cool. All right. So the first album is Hybrid Theory that came out October 21st, 2000. I fucking love this record, honestly. One of the strongest records. They already came out the gate swinging. I mean, everyone knows the song "In the End." That's like one of the most signature songs, in my personal opinion. I love Paper Cut, Points of Authority. I love the guitar work on that one and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, such a heavy album. Them adding elements of hip hop. Adding elements of metal, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, a very unique, very like nice collage of sounds and whatnot. I'm gonna give this a fucking 5 mics.
definitely, it was just a different sound at that time, and they came in like gangbusters, and in the end, that was like one of my favorites. Like that's like
Yes.
all time favorite Linkin Park songs. In the end, and One Step Closer. Crawling. By myself, I love Mike's rapping on that. Like he definitely was the star of that song. And you got Chester, screaming in the background, and on the chorus, the guitars come in, and I love that joint. Crawling. I will say this though, I feel like there's certain songs when I hear Chester on that I hear a comparison. I hear Fred Durst. Like Fred Durst. I don't know if he like stole his style, but when I hear Chester on some of these songs, he sounds like Fred Durst. You know what I'm
Interesting.
saying? And at least when he's like doing the singing, you know what I'm saying? When Fred is singing, he reminds me of Chester on some songs. When he's rapping, it's a different story. But um, this is a great album. Like the album cover is iconic. The production, the songs, the deeper content in the songs, and what Chester was dealing with at that time personally as an artist. Five my classic. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Easily. Even the demos for if you listen to the demos on like, they released the demos on the they have like different anniversary editions for the album for the 20th anniversary, and they have like a whole like edition for the demos, and you got like songs like Hurry, which was like a nice instrumental, and So Far Away. Even the demos sounded great. That could have been easily added to this album, but definitely top three Linkin Park albums for me.
Yes, top three indeed. And we're about to talk about what might be actually my favorite Linkin Park album.
Same.
2003's Notoria, which came out,
Meteora.
excuse me,
Meteora.
Meteors, thank you, which came out March 25th, 2003. I fucking love this album.
Yep.
Fucking love this album. This might be my favorite Linkin Park album and whatnot too. I felt like this one was very dark. It had like a very basement kind of sound to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very basement sound and shit like that. Talking about shit like depression, emotions and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? I definitely love the production on this album, mostly produced by Don Gilmore himself and shit. Love songs like, Somewhere I Belong. That was a
Yes.
very dope track right there, one of my favorite Linkin Park songs
Definitely.
and stuff like that too, Faint was dope. Breaking the Habit. Oh my god. Yo.
Classic. And I love the
Classic.
video, that the anime video for that.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah, this one was a very dope record and shit. Again, another 5 mic classic and whatnot. So I fuck with it.
Yes, definitely my favorite album. This album came out on my birthday actually,
Oh wow.
of that year. And it's one of my favorite Linkin Park albums, and Breaking the Habit is an all-time classic, and Faint, Somewhere I Belong, Figure '09. I love Mike's rapping on that also, and he's like, rapping about like, saying hurtful things and regretting what he said to someone, and Chester just killed that chorus, and you know, it's this is a iconic album, man. Like, you know, Numb was a huge hit.
Yes,
Five My Classic, my favorite Linkin Park album.
definitely. All right. In 2007, 4 years after, they dropped the Minutes to Midnight album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like this as much as the previous two, but I did not like dislike it.
Uh-huh.
Felt like because they were really going away from that new metal sound and stuff like. Because about that the mid 2000s, new metal was kind of it was kind of like losing its popularity at that time too. Honestly, so
Right.
they just wanted to do something a little different. This record was pretty straightforward, pretty dope, and stuff like that. I liked Giving Up. No More Sorrow was cool. Heads Held High. I like that one and shit like that too. Um, Again, not really one of my favorites, but I don't necessarily dislike it. So I'm gonna give it maybe like a 4 out of 5.
What I've done, I've heard that so much because I was in the Transformers film.
Yeah.
Um, that was a great song and a great a perfect song for that film at that time, and Bleed It Out, one of my favorites, and you know, Leave Out All the Rest. Um, I love that song, Leave Out All the Rest. That was a dope record. Bleed It Out, I love the hand claps on that. It was real energetic. Love the chorus. This was a good album. This was good. I don't feel like it's a classic, but it is definitely 4 mics for me. And yeah, it was solid, and they were already like they were already doing anything at this point. Like, you know, they were on top of the charts, and you know, they were making the best music at this point. So yeah, this is a dope you know, third album.
Yes. Now the fourth album. Oh my god. Ah, my is this either my second or my third favorite album from them? Fucking a
Really?
thousand. I love this record, and this is the first time I actually heard this record in full.
Mm,
Love this record. Man. This one, they kind of went a bit experimental with this one. They had like a bit of
right,
more electronic kind of sound and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I said, and it's crazy because a lot of fans kind of have mixed feelings about this record too, from what I looked up and shit.
I do.
You do, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I love like I can't think of a song I don't dislike from this album. Like "Burning in the Skies," I like. "Waiting for the End," you know, "Wisdom, Justice, and Love." You know what I'm saying? Was pretty dope. Yeah, "Catalyst." Oh my god, I love that record right there. You know what I'm saying?
Sam said it's their last good album. I totally disagree.
I disagree on that too.
I think Living Things and The Hunting Party were great.
I'm gonna get into the hunting part, but "Living Things," I did like "Living Things."
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this one was a very dope. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5.
This album was good. I don't feel like it had any like really big anthems on here. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? The Catalyst was, I remember hearing that a lot. That was good. I love the chorus. You know, Chester's on that chorus. Lift me up, let me go. I love that. I liked Waiting for the End, and I think I want to say like the Waiting for the End and the Catalyst was like their biggest records off of this album. And I love the video. Like, it was like they're like, it's like pitch black, and like they're all lit up, and it's like an iridescent type of light glowing from them, and they have like an exoskeleton type of design for the video.
Yeah.
All of their videos were like different. I always loved their videos. It was always unique. It was always different. You know, Joseph Kahn directed most of their videos, and he pushed the limit in you know, as a director with every video and image that they, you know, came out with. Um, when they come for me, I like the raps from Mike on that. It had like an Indian tribal sound to it. I didn't care for the chorus on that though.
Right.
Robot Boy was nice, had a nice beat, nice. I love the piano arrangements on that. Um, you know, yeah, Chester sounded good on that as well on the chorus. Iridescent, again, another song that they had from a Transformers film. Um, and I don't like a lot of those Transformers films, but it was
Same.
another song from a Transformers film. The video I liked. The video was awesome, but I don't like the song. But I don't feel like it was like a to me, they didn't have like, you know, like they had big hit records on Hybrid Theory and on Meteora, and even on Minutes to Midnight. But I don't feel like there was a lot of big records on this album. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of went like under the radar for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's again, it's not a whack album. I'm giving it three mics. You know, I do like some songs. There's some songs that I didn't care for, but you know, it's not one of my favorite Linkin Park albums.
Touche. I feel you on that. All right. Now we're gonna get into A Thousand Suns. No, wait, Living Things. Excuse me.
Living Things, yeah.
Yeah, this came out in June 26, 2012. This was a pretty good record. Pretty good record and shit like that. This was actually the last record produced by Rick Rubin. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't necessarily dislike again. I don't necessarily dislike this record. I don't like it as much as Thousand Suns though, but I feel like this one still continue that their formula, especially when it comes to the 20 teens and stuff like that too. Songs like Lies, Greed, Misery was pretty good. Lost in the Echo, I fuck with that shit. You know, Skin to the Bone, that was dope as well too. So I'll give this 4 out of 5.
This to me was like an extension of A Thousand Suns, like
I
because they
agree.
were experimenting with the sounds on A Thousand Suns, and it trickled over into this album. But I
Hmm.
like this album more than A Thousand Suns. And even at this point, it was like the trendy sound was like the EDM. You know, you had artists like David Guetta and Calvin Harris and Skrillex and the VC, rest in peace, that was dominating the charts. And there was a lot of artists, even Usher, that came out around this time and experimenting with EDM. And I felt like they did this with they did that with this album. And but I felt like it was good, but it's not their signature sound, and they went away from that. But they utilized it right though. Like
Right.
Burn It Down was a huge record. That's one of my favorites. Also, that was a huge record for them, and it has like an EDM sound, but they made it work for them. Castle of Glass was great. I'll Be Gone, Roads Untraveled, Powerless. I love that song. You know, a great way to end the album off. Until It Breaks. I love the industrial sound and beginning of it, and had like a reggae bass line to it, and Mike is rapping, and he's like, original style, like an 808 drum. So I don't run the track, I make the track run. I always loved his rapping. Like he's always on point any on any track that he raps on, and this was a great album. I'm definitely giving it 4.5. It's one of my top three favorite Linkin Park albums, right up there with Hybrid Theory and Mediocre. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed this one.
Yes. All right. Now, the last album we had, The
No,
Hunting.
that's 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 album number 6.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
'cause we got one more light after that.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot. Okay. The Hunting Party. This came out June 13th, 2014. Um, this one was a pretty okay record right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They kind of went back to like the sound of the older material and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guest appearances were on this record. You had like Rakim.
Mhm.
You had Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine on this record. Paige Hamilton from Helmet. Just them. Going back to the rap rock kind of roots. I love the song "Guilty" all the same with Rakim
Yeah.
and stuff like that too. I loved Keys to the Kingdom. Final Masquerade was pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was still a good record and stuff like that. I'll give this a 4 out of 5 as well.
I remember when this album came out, and I had downloaded it to my iPod at the time, because this was like the iPod era for me. Like I wasn't buying no albums.
Yeah.
I just took like a little break. So I was just downloading a lot of stuff, and I remember downloading this to my iPod and hearing it. I'm like, yo, this was definitely a different. It was probably their most rock sounding album, rock influenced album of all their albums. It was real harder. They used harder drums, harder melodies. We had Chester screaming on every damn song on this album.
Right.
Um, and I think it was because like they got some backlash because of living things, because it was a departure from their signature sound, and they was experimenting with EDM on there, and I
Right.
think some of the fans maybe they didn't like that, and they said, okay, y'all didn't like this, you didn't like Living Things, we're gonna come out and really show the rock fans that we are a rock group as well, and we can do a rock album. And that was the answer to the rock fans. Like, yo, y'all don't think we a rock album? We a rock band? We gonna show you. And they did. And you got the Hunting Party, and I think it's a great album. You know what I'm saying? And you know, All for Nothing. That was a dope record, and Mike killed it on that song with the he said and no, I'm not your soldier, I'm not taking any orders, I'm a 5-star general infantry controller, need a lesson, let me show you, have you checking your composure while I make you step to it like 1 2 3 4. Loved his rap on All for Nothing. War, it was real noisy, a really chaotic track. You had Chester screaming all over that song. It sounds like a war chant. Love the guitar solo play on that. Draw Ball with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. That was a dope instrumental. I was expecting something more from that because it was really melodic, and there was no like singing on that song. There was no lyrics. Just like a shorter track, just some piano keys at the end and the guitars. But I was expecting, if you got Tom Morello on that track, I was expecting something to make you feel like you was listening to Rage Against the Machine. I didn't get that with that song, but it was cool to have him on a Linkin Park album. Guilty All the Same with Rakim the Goat. Rakim Allah is on this album over a Linkin Park beat, which I thought was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he had a lot to say on that track, and he's like talking about the record labels, and he's saying, no regrets and guilt free. They claim that I ain't the way that they built me. The smoke screen before the flame, knowing as soon as the door of the deal peak, they say it's time for things to change, rearrange like good product, rebuilt cheap. Anything if it's more to gain, drained, manipulated like artists, it's real deep until no more remains. But I'm still me, like authentic hip hop and rock. So pop and radio and record companies killed me, try to force me to stray and obey, and got the goal to say how real can real be. You feel me? We'll see. Like his whole flow on that was just phenomenal. Like to have Rakim one of the goats on the Linkin Park album on like their most rock influenced album was just dope to hear. You know what I'm saying? And I love that song. And yeah, this is 5 mics for me. Definitely one of their best albums. I don't really hear a lot of people discuss this album. Like we know about Hybrid Theory and Meteora, Minutes to Midnight, but I think the Hunting Party was like the perfect answer to all the rock naysayers and the fans that felt like they weren't a real rock band, and they delivered a real rock album, and I think it's a great album.
Yeah, very dope, well said and shit like that. All right. And now we're gonna get to the final album, the controversial One More Light. So this came out May 19th, 2017. And I'm just gonna be real. This is the final album that they're gonna come out with because Chester Bennington kind of died like close to 2 months later. Damn.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So this one very different album. I want to say that right now.
Hmm.
Like they went a bit kind of pop with this one and stuff like that. A lot more electro pop and stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the group members believed that they were selling out, and I mean not group members. A lot of the fans believed the group was selling out. Excuse me. And I think Chester Bennington was really upset. He was really upset and stuff like that. And because he felt like it was like a personal attack and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I don't want to say there was something now. Honestly, I just felt like there was just experience still on the experimental kind of thing and shit like that too. And people have said that kind of played a huge part in his mental health and stuff like that too. But yeah, y'all know the story about that. Um, Songs like "Good Goodbye" with Pusha T and Stormzy, that was okay. "Heavy" with Kiara was okay too. Battle Symphony was pretty dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you like I said, this might be a hard album to get into and shit. So I'm gonna give this like probably like a 3.5 out of 5.
I think like I said, like when they came out with Living Things and they dropped Burn It Down as the first single, it didn't sound like them. So it felt like they were going for radio play and they were doing what was trendy at that time. And then when Heavy drops for this album, it felt like the same thing. Like that's a pop song. Like if you took off Chester's vocals and you put um Adam Levine, that would be a hit record for Maroon 5. That was a pop song for radio. They knew what they were doing with that song. That is not a Linkin Park, sound, a type of record. You know what I'm saying? And it was okay. I just was like, they doing pop now. Like this is not Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying? And they had some chick that was singing with Chester on the song. I don't even know her name. And besides that, when you get the songs like Talking to Myself, that's vintage Linkin Park. Battle Symphony. I love the beat and the bass line for that, and um the videos. A lot of the videos from this album, like the video for Talking to Myself, and they're showing like tour footage, and I love to see videos like that when they're like on tour and they're like, it's like anything can happen, and they're interacting with the fans, and they're going to like different hotels and venues. They're having, they're playing pranks on each other on the tour bus. I love the video for that. Same Pretend One More Light was a real melodic ballad. It was like, that was something different for them, because they didn't do like ballads like that. It was like a real softer ballad for them. And the video was a touching tribute to Chester, and I enjoyed that. And the lyrics that he sang on that, who cares if someone's light goes out, if a moment is all we are. And that was a great ballad. And it was a cool album. It's not the best. I'm gonna give it 3 mics, but it's not like one of those albums I'm going back to for Linkin Park.
Right.
But the videos for the album is more memorable, because it was like, they did those like after he passed away, and those are the ones that the fans need to remember.
I feel you on that. Alright, now we're gonna get into some of these like remix albums and stuff like that. Just gonna like talk. I didn't really have a chance to listen to remix albums because I was so busy today. So I'm gonna try talk about what his favorite remix albums are and stuff.
Well, the remix albums, I mean, they have more than one too. Is like
I know.
I think they were like a band that they could just do a lot of remixes, and they got the best in the game to be on those remix albums. You know what I'm saying? And when you had like artists like the Alchemists, and just like early Alchemists, and you had like Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5, and you know Evidence, did something for them on Reanimation, and that was a great album. And I love the album cover with the it looked like the Robotech robot on the album cover and shit. And that was a great album. They had another remix album like that dropped like around the same time as the Hunting Party. I think it was called Recharged. And I remember Pusha T was on that joint, and their remix albums was dope. Like, I love remix albums when it's done right, because we've had remix albums in the past that was crap, i.e. Paul Abdul, and you know
Oh
what I'm
God.
saying. But when BBD had a dope remix album, Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey. When the remix albums are done right, they're great. You know what I'm saying? And Linkin Park had more than one, and I felt like they were great, and they're hard to come by now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Reanimation is definitely a classic remix album. I'll give that 5 mics. You know,
Yes. But I also want to talk about the Collision Course album stuff like. Well,
yeah,
yeah, you can call it album with Jay Z and stuff. Just about the impact of it all and stuff like that too, because it made like a lot more people really, especially in the hip hop community, collaborate with rock artists and shit too. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But see that. Jay-Z ain't started though, because that was
I
going
know.
on since the 80s. You had
Yeah,
Run DMC, Beastie Boys, Fat Boy, you know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
feel like with Jay, because we were still living in the MTV era, in the TRL era, and Jay-Z was huge on there, and it was like anything Jay-Z was doing, MTV was showing it. So when he did the Unplugged with the Roots, MTV showed it. When he
right.
did Collision Course with Linkin Park, MTV showed it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like MTV had a large part to play in the success of this mashup album, because we've had mashup projects. Like, remember when the Black Album came out and everybody was doing their version of the Black Album?
Yeah,
You had Danger Mouse with the Gray Album. You had, Ninth Wonder was doing his own. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like the first mashup album ever, but I feel like it's the most glamorized mashup album because of Jay and MTV. You know what I'm saying? Because they released the album on a CD, and then they released the show on DVD. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the first time we had a mashup album like this. Like, it's been done many times. It's the most popular because of Jay.
exactly. All right, and then and that pretty much concludes our whole Linkin Park
I
breakdown.
want to mention also they have Collision Course Volume 2 and Volume 3. I don't know if those are official, but Volume 2 and Volume 3 are with Eminem. So they
Oh
just
wow,
basically, yes, they basically got like, they took verses from, like, Relapse and the Recovery albums, and they put it with, different Linkin Park songs from, A Thousand Suns, and the Living Things album, stuff like, albums like that. It was I had volume 2 I didn't really care for. Volume 3 had some joints. Echoing Voices was dope. They used like one of the verses from Going Through Changes on the Recovery album, and they put it with a Linkin Park beat. And Powerless, the Powerless beat they took, and they used it with the No Love verses from what was that? What was that? That was Recovery too, right? No Love?
you
Yeah.
said what?
The No Love song that was on Recovery, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so they took the Powerless beat and put it with the No Love verse from Recovery. And they took like the Burn It Down beat from Living Things and put it with the Love the Way You Lie verse. So they were doing mashups like that, but I mean, I don't think we needed two mashups with Eminem. Like, one was enough. I don't think we needed two,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, man. And like I said, they're still on hiatus. Well, they said they're on hiatus, but I feel like they're broken up, really.
But I mean, they can still go on. It would have to be, obviously, would have to be with Mike as lead. You know what I'm saying? Because even when Mike, like, I listened to the Fort Minor projects when he did his side projects, and that was dope. Some dope projects that he had, and you know when Chester went off and he did was it Queens of the Stone Age, when he did that stuff with them, and that was dope to hear with him with like a different band. And they can still continue with Mike as lead vocals. I wouldn't replace Chester though. I don't think you can replace that, his voice and his energy. You know what I'm saying? But Mike brought like a different dynamic to the group as well. You know what I'm saying? So they can still go on and make music, but I think it would be better if Chester was if Mike was taking the lead this time.
Right. I hear what you're saying.
Volume 2 had the No Love mashup. It was Powerless with No Love. I don't think that those are official though. The Collision Course of 2 and 3. I think somebody just made those up to put it online.
But I had fun doing this breakdown, though.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, they Hall of Famers in my opinion.
Samson Mike is having a movie
What is
review.
he doing tonight?
I think he said it was like a surprise review or some shit like that.
Oh,
I didn't think he was
well,
still doing
we
it.
we ain't a part of it, so
Huh?
We not a part of it. I don't know movie he's doing. I only know about the ones he told us about.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna stay on probably about a couple minutes and shit. Cause I gotta get up early in the morning anyway. Um, man, I saw one of the most dumbest movies last night.
What's that?
Love Actually.
What's that?
It's one of those little romantic movies that white people love.
Okay.
And
Who's in it?
Hugh Grant. This is like a British movie. All I know is Hugh Grant is in it. Emma Stone.
Not a fan. Not a fan of Hugh Grant, so I know I ain't see it.
The king of romantic movies
I
and
was
shit.
I was watching Top Gun 2. Top Gun 2 is the best summer from out.
Nah, Nope is.
Well, I ain't see that. I hardly doubt Nope is gonna be the best summer film, but we'll see.
Fuck
But
Top Gun.
Top Gun 2 was done right. That's how you do a sequel.
Oh shit.
Hugh Grant, that's who you're watching.
He he said what?
That's what you're watching. Hugh Grant.
Well, because old girl Aisha showed it to me
Mm.
last night because we were laughing for the stupidest reasons because white people always like to be these romantic movies that be superficial, right? So it tells like stories about how people use love in
Mm.
different ways. So fucking Hugh Grant's character, of course, he was a prime minister because he's Hugh motherfucking Grant and shit, and he falls in love with a quote unquote ordinary girl. And then you had this other storyline where this black motherfucker marries a white girl, but his best friend's a stalker, and the black motherfucker's wife is in love with the stalker and some shit like.
What are you watching? What do you watch at 3
Nah,
a.m.?
nah. It was bad. It was fucking bad, but it was so bad it's good.
What you be watching, bro? I don't understand the crap you be watching. Because I
We,
would never watch it like that.
I don't watch shit like that either, but at the same time, it was just like fuck. It was just so stupid. It was just so stupid. I just could not resist it, honestly, because I just wanted to see how the bullshit ended and stuff like that too. But I don't be watching that shit on the
What
regular. Trust me.
what you call it? You called it a stereotypical white people romance or something?
Yeah, a white people stereotypical white people movie and shit. Yeah. So so after that,
Mm.
you have to watch some funny shit after. So
What's this
shit,
on?
we watched Living Single after.
Oh.
Then just watch some random cartoons and shit because it was just so bad. But we were laughing at the bullshit.
Mo Flowers said that movie is kind of problematic. Which one, Top Gun 2 or the shit that Reg is watching?
If you're talking about the shit that I'm watching, it kind of is too light. It's hugely problematic. I don't know what the fuck. What do you think of the movie ATL? I love the movie. I was just watching it like a couple weeks ago.
That was cool. T.I.'s best performance as an actor.
Yeah,
You know,
because I didn't care too much for Takers. I'm not gonna hold you.
yeah, I didn't like Takers.
It was it was like one of those action movies that was just action but less story. Let's just be real.
That was like the ATL hood version of Boys in the Hood.
People have said that. I've heard people many. I heard maybe
It wasn't, but it wasn't. Big boy. He wasn't believable though. Like he could have like killed somebody in the film. You know what I'm saying?
that was the thing
He,
about that movie. That was the thing about that movie. It was light on killing. I just
yeah,
realized that.
yeah.
But I like Big Boy in that movie. He had me
It
rolling.
was like watching the Inkwell and ATL together. It was like kill
Yeah,
somebody. Like you a
yo,
gangster, kill somebody. He didn't kill nobody in that film. He just shot somebody and he lived.
and it. You better not tell my mama.
Right.
Shit. That movie, I don't care knowing. That movie is hilarious.
I never
Yo,
saw it. I'm not a fan of Hugh Grant, so couldn't tell you about him.
yeah, you're not missing much, really.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't a fan
I
of his
thought
stuff.
I thought Mike would have seen it because I think Mike's more of a movie buff and shit. But
I'm a movie buff. I just don't like. I don't watch every fucking thing. You know
I
what I'm
feel like
saying? Like, You got to know when to skip the crap and go straight for the good one films.
Exactly.
You know, didn't Hugh Grant get in trouble like years ago?
With the black prostitute, hell yeah.
Right, where was the Me Too movement then from him?
I mean, he just paid for sex, not like he raped her or some shit.
No, so that's just minor shit.
Yeah, literally, he just paid for sex. He was caught
Mm.
soliciting. He got arrested for it.
When Eddie Murphy got paid with a, didn't was he fucking with a transgender prostitute or some shit?
He,
When he was doing Doctor Doolittle and they made a big thing about that in Hollywood. Oh, what's wrong with Eddie Murphy?
allegedly.
Allegedly, that was what 98. That shit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all over the news. Each channel,
Oh,
every news story had that shit. You know
yeah, like every news story had a Hugh Grant shit too.
what was the chick Divine? That was her name, Divine.
Mike Brown.
Right, and she put her picture all over the news and she a black prostitute with Hugh Grant and
I'm not
this is
mad. You know why I'm not mad? A black woman making a mockery of a white man's marriage. I'm not mad about that. Fuck it. To God be the glory to divine. I don't give a flying fuck.
Mike was good. We were just talking about you
What's up, Mike?
in a good way, of course.
And
Yeah,
if you seen Hugh Grant's wife, it's white girl sexy. She's not that cute. Divine was
right.
more cute. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But
We all can't have J Lo or Beyonce, so yeah.
mm. You ever seen Sleepaway Camp?
I saw the first one. You asked us that shit the other night,
Oh yeah, I did. I did. I did.
but do you feel like that was a great film? 'Cause I don't feel like it was a classic slasher film. I feel like it was it was okay for that time.
Here's my thing about the movie. It was nonsensically entertaining, but the ending kind of pissed me off.
And they made a shitload of sequels after that. So
I never seen this. I'm kind of debating if I really want to see sequels. I've heard it was bad.
yeah, I ain't watching it. I'm good on this one.
Yo, Reg, what's your favorite top five movie?
If you think they were fat shaming people in Love Actually, have you seen um uh Shallow Hal? They were he was fat shaming every chick in that film.
Who was the lead actor in that one?
Jack Black?
Who?
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
He is fat shaming. Jack Black. Him out of all people.
He was fat shaming.
Really?
Gwyneth Paltrow would play.
Really? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a
Yes.
minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. 'Cause I have to do that.
Have you seen Shallow Hal? You never saw Shallow Hal?
I'm not a Jack Black fan. I won't be real. I
Okay.
never found him
I
entertaining.
liked his films back then. I don't think he's making good anything good right now, but
I never thought he was funny. I never thought he was entertaining. I just thought he was loud.
you
Him
should
and
watch
Lyric
you should watch Shallow Hal and School of Rock.
School of
And
Rock
then
sucked.
and Nacho Libre. Nacho Libre was funny
This,
too.
this nigga was fat shaming.
Yes. They were
This
doing the
nigga.
fat
Okay.
shaming.
All right. All right. I just want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great. Classic film. Yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow played a big, a fat woman or whatever, and she felt some type of way about her image, and Shallow Hal, he didn't see that. He didn't see her being big. I think he was under a spell or some shit, but he didn't see her being big.
All right.
And she was huge. She was in the film. Yeah, I have the movie on DVD. She was in the film. And she was wearing like a fat suit or whatever. Like think the clumps. She was wearing that type of fat suit. You gotta watch it. It's one of the best comedies of the 2000s.
Again, something about Jack Black. I never got. I just never really vibed with him.
Paranormal Activity never liked it. And
Never liked
I did a review. I actually did a review on the last one that came out on it's on the 80s, 90s, and 2000s YouTube channel, but that shit was bad. Did not like it. I don't like none of those films. Yeah, Nacho Libre was dope. Definitely enjoyed that one. I got that on DVD also.
Never liked that movie.
Yeah, we might have to do a Shallow Hal review, Mike. Because Reg never saw it. We got to put Reg on to some good Jack Black movies.
And y'all get on that.
All of you try to put me onto shit from Billy D. I can't put you on to Jack Black.
Well, I watched the Jack Black shit. You never watched the Billy D shit.
Well, I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, all right. Okay, you know what?
Okay.
Just let me know. Yeah, you're right.
You know, yeah,
By
you
the
did
way,
some good films.
Tuesday, we're gonna do the top 5 Angela Bassett roles and shit.
Okay. What time is that? We doing that live?
Yeah.
Okay. What time
Um,
is that? We doing that?
I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to Ashley first.
I got like two Instagram live shows I'm doing on Tuesday also.
Shit. Okay.
Like one at 8 and then the other one is at 9. So after 9 I'll be free.
Okay.
Yeah, School of Rock was good. I enjoyed School of Rock. King Kong was good. I mean, they had so many damn King Kong remakes. It's like take your pick. Tropic Thunder, I didn't like.
Never liked chocolate.
I didn't think that was fun. I actually, when I first got my Xbox 360, I had ordered that on Xbox Live and watched it. And I was like, I wasted money buying that shit. That was terrible. And people love that film. It has a cult following. I guess because they felt like Robert Downey Jr. was funny in that. I didn't think he was. I haven't like I didn't like none of those films, yo. Did you see the last one, Mike? You saw the last Paranormal Activity, the Next to Kin, and you got like the girl and her friends went to like stay at this like barn or some shit, and then she finds out like weird stuff started happening, and she finds out that she didn't know how she didn't know her mother, and it was her mother all along that was haunting her, and her mother was like some creature that they had like a cult on the premises, and the cult turned her mother into like a monster and shit. It was crazy. There was some crazy shit going on in that film. Reg, any favorite movies of the year?
Mm. I'm not really ready to answer that question at the moment. There's a few
Ain't
more
a lot.
movies.
I told you I already had 3. I got Top Gun 2, I got Prey, and I got the Batman. That's it. A lot. Everything else, Jurassic Park, I was disappointed in that, and I thought that was gonna be like some of the summer movie, and it was not good like that. And all the Marvel shit was crap. I don't like none of that shit that they came out with. I still haven't seen Thor yet, but I'm not anticipating it. I'll send you the review. I did a review like when the movie I think it was like February came out. I did the review on the Paranormal Activity film. So I'll send you the review. Did she get an Oscar? Nah, I ain't going that far. Now, it was a good sequel to like a 30-year-old film, but an Oscar? I don't think he deserves an Oscar for that.
That's hilarious.
Nah.
Single. Sound for like 5 more minutes. Yeah. First official reviews this Friday, y'all.
Jewels. Gotta put some respect on Santana.
Well, damn, I was going to release, or I was going to reveal it
Oh,
yet.
my bad. I thought you did that already.
I was going to reveal it, but appreciate it.
Come on, man.
Because like a lot of these artists, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna talk about we haven't really talked about on the channel for the rest of this year.
Better actor. Oh yeah, Tom Cruise all the way. Definitely. Nicolas Cage has always been hit or miss with me. He has a lot of trash, And then he has some movies that it went under the radar and they were actually good. Like Pay the Ghost, that was a good film, and that shit didn't get no promotion at all.
Do you like the song I Left College? I hate that song.
I actually have that album from Asher Roth. Was it the Sleeping in the Bread Aisle or some shit? That was a good
Okay.
album. That was dope. Slick Rick was on that album. He had Beanie Siegel on that album.
Oh hell,
That was a that was a
you
dope
can
album.
have that.
Dope album. That was a dope album. I definitely enjoyed it.
And he was a one hit wonder. Mm.
Yeah, I mean he's still doing music though. He's doing music. I don't know how they try. They maybe they try to promote him like a mainstream artist or something, but he's still doing music.
Mm. I just never been an Astronaut fan.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, if you keep asking, I don't think he's gonna reveal a surprise. Honestly,
Right. It's not a surprise we keep reacting him.
I'm about to practice this DJ shit tonight too.
Yeah.
Finally got some
Did,
free
did,
time.
did you put any songs did you put any songs in the mixer?
Yeah, I finally finished the playlist I was working on.
Oh dope.
Yeah, because I have today and Monday off, so I'm trying to utilize all the shit I can do on my days off and shit. Cause
Right.
I gotta work the late night shift Friday and Saturday. Great.
Thoughts on Mary J. Blige as an actress.
She's pretty solid.
I haven't seen everything she's done. I love her as Monet on Power. I think that's her best role. As far as movies, I saw there was a horror film she did called Body Cam, and it dealt with like police brutality. The way that they did it was slick. I haven't seen like the movie she did on Netflix. I didn't see that one, but she's getting there. She's with more roles, she's gonna be great.
I feel it. I don't give a fuck about Kanye's fashion.
I did see that. I saw people talking about it, and I guess that's the marketing plan, like for people to go, dumpster diving at the Gap for his clothing line. I don't see. I think that's weird, And I've been at department stores where in certain sections, like you have people that'll throw the clothes on the floor, and you got to go dumpster diving on the floor just to find a pair of polo jeans or like a Mark Echo sweater that you like. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they're actually doing that on purpose is just funny to me.
Why?
You know,
Ronnie said Drink Champs or Breakfast Club.
either. I don't watch a lot of neither of them. So
Same.
especially not without Charlemagne is the best thing about Breakfast Club. Without him, is like I don't want to see Angela Yee. She talks way too much.
Yeah, Nori interrupts too much for my blood too.
Yeah.
You know B2K is gonna have a Drink Champs episode.
Now who's watching that?
Like, really?
Why?
Favorite Dipset affiliate.
Purple City,
Ooh,
Shice Bub and Aguilar. Yeah, man. Purple City put out some fire mixtapes.
I might have to go with Max B.
Max B, yeah. You see, they wasn't together like that. It was like Bird Gang, you know. Cam and Jim wasn't even speaking when that shit was going on.
True.
Yeah, J.R. Ryder put out some dope mixtapes. His albums is a different story. Hell Rell was dope too. I like Hell Rell's first album.
Yeah, I heard that shit was dope. I need to check that shit out.
Yeah, that shit was great. That was a dope album. Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah, man. But anyway, I might actually head out in the night and stuff like that. Trying to get some shit together for the week. But it was nice talking about Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying? You had to give me a couple of weeks off. We did a whole P Funk discography and shit. So it's nice doing this shit again. Um, so Tuesday's gonna be the top Angela Bassett performances. So really cannot wait to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna make that 11 o'clock since I'm
Yeah.
used to you already had two podcasts that day. Um, Also Friday is gonna be the Jewels double review we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably do that like maybe 6 o'clock the latest.
Okay.
And shit like that. I'm trying to make sure I have some time so I can rest for work that
No,
night.
we got to do that after.
Huh?
Cause I'm we got to do that after. Cause I'm doing 80s and 90s podcast at 6.
Shit. Okay. Damn.
We could do it before 6.
Okay. I'll let you know by Wednesday because I may have some stuff I gotta do on Friday, but I'm gonna let you know by
Okay.
Wednesday. Alright. Other than that, hope y'all have a very good night, and I'll see y'all later. Appreciate this try as usual.
Doubt.
Peace.
Peace.